Welcome back to another video. We're in the process of taking this 29 Chevy Coupe that needs a lot of love. It's been sitting since the 70s and converting it into a Roadster. So I have some help today. And while I have the help, I figure I need to get this top off of here. I'll kind of show you what we have to work with, which isn't much. So we're going to be doing a little bracing, supports, so we can get the top off. Really not going to do any type of bracing between the panels because it's so out of tweak with the wood and everything else. It is what it is, and I'm going to have to line them up, get them squared, and then we'll tack everything in that way. But there's no reason for me to kind of mess with it this way. So let me show you what we got, and we'll start figuring out what we got to take off to get this thing off of here. It's going to look pretty cool though. I showed you previously, we got this section unhooked, but you can kind of see all the wood and floppiness there. I have to figure out how the detachment up here is to these pillars, but if you look, I can kind of move a little bit of it, so that's loose. I'm going to have to take off these pieces there just to help with that bracing. You can kind of see our two patch panels here and right here. So we're going to end up cutting just roughly through there, and then I can get my defined height that I want later. I can clean that up, but I just want to get this part off of there. You can kind of see, I talked about before, we got the wood base and the wood jambs here on the doors. They're just held in with this. I think I'm going to end up taking this stuff out, the wood, and then over there we're way gapped. Oh, you can kind of see we're off down here, so and a good gap through here, so we'll be able to tweak all this kind of stuff and get it ready. But we're going to make a support for here out of 4x4, goes down to this jack so we can kind of get it stable so it doesn't come down and pinch on the saw, and then we'll just kind of through here and hope for the best. Worst case, I know we're gonna get a lot of flex on the panels, but we can fix it. So that's a good thing. Can't leave it the way it is. The wood's just a hindrance, really. And if we're gonna do it, might as well do it right. At least make it look right. So I'm gonna make this brace out of 4x4, get it on the jack, get it supported, and then we'll see what we can start taking off before we actually cut it. Okay, so I removed my bracket and a piece of wood that was here that was not really doing anything. So it's really not flexed that much. I don't know what's going to happen when I do that, but whatever. But I'm going to take these off. I cut the nuts underneath of this section here. I'm going to cut this section out probably just here for now. So I don't know if I'm going to replace it with wood when we build it back, but I think I'm going to build my bracing off of the frame and then work around it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So let me try to get this. I got these cut off, and I guess I need to see if I can get that. I guess I need a pry bar. Our screwdriver will work. We're hooked over here. What are we hooked on? Come on, what is that? That's like from the underside. Figures. Okay, there's that. I got a little bit of rust under here. Washer, what was that to fill out? Oh, Lord. So that's what I cut off. I think that's how that's supposed to be. Sons of Pete, I swear. All right, well, we need to have some rust there. Let me get all this. Just go ahead and get this one cleaned out. Cut this one off too. Yep. Look at that rust. Oh, jeez. Let me get the vacuum here. Stay. There you go. Good piece. Oh, that's rubber. Well, that's a little flimsy there, but it's gonna be hidden under the door anyway, so I can probably figure that out. Again, we're not going for perfect. All right, that one's out. Let's that flexes a little bit. Oh yeah, I can pull that. That's good. Okay. All right. Let me. I'm gonna jump over here and do the other. I got both sides taken out. That side feels really sturdy with the support block and this angle brace here. This brace here was wedged up, and I just took the screws out. It was wedged up like this, and it had these little rectangular shims underneath it. So I figured I got to fix that. So I took this apart. What the heck is that? They were putting tension on, maybe to try to rack the door so it would work. Oh, geez. There's the other piece of horrible metal that they tried to use. Okay, so that's off. So is that sitting on that? That's sitting on that. Well, I got that as a measurement. I guess I need to just go ahead and take that part off. It's really not doing much, is it? Is anything supported up here? I don't think it is. Oh man, what the heck? Well, guess it's better to find it now than later. So that's down flush with that. So that is supposed to be flush there. So that's good. I wonder how thick that is. That's sitting up on that. So that's that thick there. That's 2 inches. So it's got a little groove there, and that's blown out. Oh, hey, hello. Well, at least I know I got some movement for my doors, huh? I'm laughing because I'm annoyed. All right, let me cut this out real quick, and then I guess we'll see what we got. Yeah, okay, good, great. I mean, I guess you could be annoyed, but it didn't drop any. That's a hard bracket there, so I can weld to that with my other, when I make my other bracings and stuff. What we got here? That's like right at 1 inch. So, or I could just make a spacer to bolt through the frame. There's a hole right through there. So I could bolt that, which that's what I might do. Okay, and then this side back here. Oh, Lord. You see that? Peekaboo. Hello. What do you got? What are you trying to do? You trying to hold on for dear life and you don't have nothing left to play with, huh? Come on, you want to come out. This whole thing's just wanting to move. I'm trying to make you better. Quit fighting it. Yeah, that feels good, doesn't it? One little screw up here. How do I get to you? I don't think there's much holding you now, is there? There's a little. What are you fighting? Just let go already. There we go. Geez, how many pieces of wood? I mean, at some point, somebody really put some work into this thing to keep it going, but of course, they would have done it a little bit better. All right, well, I mean, I'm not mad at that. It's probably needed to be done anyway, because I can roll this lip here where that hinge was at and put a slight bend in a piece of square tube once we get our doors and stuff on. And then this brace goes back to weld into that to stiffen all that up. So it looks bad. I know. But I think I'd rather be this way and put it back with metal. Then I can do anything to it instead of having to worry about the wood. So I am going to leave that side for now, since that whole side is really solid and very strong. That way I can have some measurements, get the curve right here, and then once we put the other door up to it, we can kind of finagle it as we want. Wow, what's that bracket? What are you for? Are you over there too? Or are you just an added bracket? I don't know. All right, we'll look at you later. I'm not worried about Dash right now. Okay, geez, let me clean up again. Oh man, we got something now. Yeah, I like it. I think it. I think this was the right move, especially for the love that the car needed, and kind of what I wanted to go for. So a lot to do, but we'll do it in stages and we'll get there. So I'm kind of excited about it. It's going to look really good. I did want to tell you real quick, the amount of wood that I pulled out of this so far is crazy. I brought up before about a company I reached out to that make the wood kits for these. You can find a few that make them for the Model A's, the Fords, and stuff like that. But Chevy's kind of hard. Talked to one guy, and for the Coupe, you want to guess how much the wood kit for the doors, the roof, the panels, the trunk, everything? Guess. Did you say 4,000? Nope. How about 6? You're close, but no. No. 8. Oh, getting closer. A little over $10,000 for the wood for this thing. Now, if I was doing a concourse car, building it for somebody that wanted it immaculate, whatever, okay, I can see that. But for what I'm trying to do, ain't happening. So we're going steel. We're going to weld it up. It's going to be strong. Well, probably stronger than original anyway. So yeah, wood wasn't cutting it. That's for the complete kit. They do sell all the individual pieces, or most of them. You know, and they're $150, $200 here, there, whatever, depending on what they are. But that's not worth it for me. So about fell out of my chair when I saw that. So anyway, so we got that off. I'm pleased about that. The dash was higher than I thought because we had the trim ring here. So, I mean, the column's down about 3 inches. So we'll probably drop this down a little bit when we build our windshield. We'll get into that later. But yeah, tops off. We have a Roadster convertible. It's something. Oh man. So not sure which one's next. It depends what parts and stuff come in that I've ordered that I need. But yeah, we'll just keep trucking along and enjoying it. So hope you all are enjoying it. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe real quick. I'd greatly appreciate it. Got any questions or just comments, whatever you want to say, just reach out. I'd appreciate reading them, and then I'll try to respond to all that I can. But yeah, so hope you have a good one. I'll see you next Friday. See ya.